Вітаю, доброго вечора всім. Так, доброго вечора. Бачу вже повідомлення в чаті. Доброго вечора, вітаю всіх. Дуже попрошу вас написати плюсик в чаті, якщо ви добре чуєте мене і бачите. І будемо розпочинати. Чудово, дякую вам величезно. Так, дякую. Hello. Доброго вечора всім. Вітаю. Так, дякую. Тоді будемо розпочинати. Отож, вітаю всіх. Мене звуть Інна Улітко, я керівниця навчально-методичного відділу. Тоді навчально-методичного відділу TalkEn.Cloud та мережі шкіл англійської мови Green Country. Сьогодні з вами ми будемо на онлайн-вебінарі, який є частиною серії вебінарів, які проводяться від тренінгового центру TalkEn.Cloud, підтримкою ініціативи Міністерства освіти і науки України з відновлення освітнього процесу школами разом. Тому сьогодні матимемо з вами продуктивну сесію. І так. Тому вітаю вас всіх, і трошечки організаційних моментів вам розповім. Наступного дня, після сьогоднішнього вебінару, тобто завтра, ті учасники, які реєструвалися, отримують листа на електронну скриньку, яку ви вказували при реєстрації, і ми надішлемо вам запис, посилання на запис. Також ми надішлемо вам коротенький підсумок загальної інформації про вебінар у вигляді статті. І також, я думаю, всіх цікавить, ми надішлемо вам тест для отримання сертифікату, після проходження якого, після успішного проходження якого, тобто 80% і більше правильних відповідей, ви матимете змогу отримати сертифікати і з підтвердженням відвідування цього вебінару. Нагадаю, що в серії вебінарів про Teaching Online Like a Pro в нас передбачено 3 вебінари. І сьогодні у нас перший з них, який називається Online Tools and Platforms for ESL Teaching. І так як даний вебінар буде проводитися англійською, думаю, можемо вже переходити на англійську, тому welcome everyone. And today our trainer is Olga Koval. She is the methodologist at Green Country ESL School and TalkEn.Cloud platform. So probably many of you already know Ola. So welcome, Ola. And yes, the webinar is going to take about 1 hour. So you will enjoy the information. So please take participation using the chat. So hello everyone. Yeah, I can see a lot of comments. So welcome. Some people are from all over Ukraine. So Ola, welcome.
Okay, so hello everybody. That's nice to be here today. It's nice to see how many people have joined us today. So that's a webinar, so I can't see you, I can't hear you, but I can see how many participants are there today, and it makes me pleased. It's nice to know that so many teachers are ready to find out new information, want to make their lessons more effective even after a hard working day, because today is Wednesday. So thank you for joining us today, and I hope that this webinar will be useful for you. So in case you hear me, so the sound is bad or my internet connection is unstable, please let me know in the chat, so I will try to solve that problem. But I hope that everything will be fine today. Also today I will be talking a lot because that's a webinar. But I invite you to share your ideas and your experience in the chat, like in the comments as well. And it will help us make this webinar even more effective and productive for us all. So let's start. Today we will be talking about like one of the most popular topics for ESL teachers and for teachers in general. So we will be discussing online tools and platforms, and that is also one of my personally favorite topics. So I will be happy to share what I know with you. So before we start, actually finally, I will ask you to share your experience and share with us which online tools you use in your lessons already. So probably, you will see the answers, the comments of your colleagues, and you will find out new websites, new tools which you want to use in your lessons. Maybe I will find some new tools for me as well, which I will want to check out in the future. So now please scan the QR code or follow the link, which we will send you to the chat just in some seconds. And so when you scan this QR code or when you follow the link, which you will get, you will see a board like that. It's like one more online tool, which we will not discuss today in the presentation, but so you can check it out on your own, which is called Padlet. So then to leave your comment here, you can just click on this plus and you will be able to type, share with us your ideas. When you are ready, please click publish and we all will see your reply. So now let me send it to the chat as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so the link is in the chat. So you can follow the link or you can scan the QR code. I will leave it like for some more seconds. So if it doesn't work, you can also type what tools, what online platforms you use to the chat. So we will also see that. Good. So, and let's have a look. So let's take just probably 1 more minute, 1 minute and 30 seconds to share some ideas. Okay. So I can see that Kahoot, Quizlet, Quizzes, Wordwall, Bamboozle are very popular, very common. So these are great tools. Okay, so we will not discuss Kahoot, Quizlet, and Quizzes and Bamboozle with you today because I know that a lot of teachers know and use these tools already. So, but if you haven't tried them yet, you can just see the names. So you can save them or you can take a screenshot of this board and you can check them out on your own after the webinar. So I can see some new tools which I would be very curious to try out, like Allo.org. So I haven't used this tool yet, but now I'm really interested. Teach Your Monster. Okay, so that's a wonderful name. Slido, I don't know this tool, but I will make sure to try it out. So live worksheets. That's a very universal tool which can be used in like almost any lesson. Okay, Canva, also Jamboard, Miro, Edpuzzle, Wordswell. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you for your replies, for your ideas. So if you haven't had enough time to share the tools which you love and use, then you can do it also later because this link will be available in the chat and so it's like still active. So you can type more. And you can also save this link and you can open it later and see which tools are here. So probably you will want to try something else, not only the tools which we will discuss today. So thank you so much. Thank you for being active. So let's keep being as active during the whole webinar. Great. So yeah, you're here today, so you're motivated and you know why it's beneficial and why it's effective to use online tools and platforms during our lessons. But anyway, so we will start with some benefits. So we will talk about some more reasons why both we and our students can benefit from it. So I will just, there are a lot of benefits, so I will present just a couple of them, but if you have more ideas, then you can share in the chat, so please be active. And like one more thing, I want to say before we start with the benefits and online tools themselves is that these tools, these websites are suitable both for online and offline lessons. So this webinar is called Online Tools and Platforms, but it doesn't mean that it's only for distance learning or for online learning. These tools can also be used for offline lessons. If you have internet connection in your classroom and if you have at least one device which you can use. And let's start with some benefits. So it goes without saying that using online tools, interactive games, interactive worksheets can make lessons more fun, more interesting for our students, but that's not it. So there are more benefits, of course. And so let's start with some benefits for students. Again, you can add more in the chat, in the comments, we will see your ideas. And I want to start with the fact that suitable and purposefully chosen online tools can make the lessons and the learning process more memorable and more beneficial for our students. So if we as teachers are able to choose purposefully the tools which we want to use in our lessons according to the interests, needs, preferences of our students, the aims of the lesson, the types of work which work better, like with particular students or with particular groups, it all can make learning more effective for our students. And also it opens more opportunities for personalization. Because so you might have several students of the same age, the same level of English, or you can have several groups of the same level of English and of the same age. But so you might want to use different formats for each of them, or you might want to use different online tools for each of these groups or each of these students, depending on what they like, on what works better for them, on what their learning preferences are. And so the more online tools we know and the more online tools we can use, the easier it will be for us to find something suitable for this particular student or for this particular group of students. It also makes learning more emotional. So it adds this emotional component. Because so if our students enjoy the lesson, if our students enjoy a game or enjoy a particular online task, or if a task is competitive, so healthy competition, of course, helps to increase motivation. It all makes the learning process more emotional, and it also improves the concentration of our students, their interest to the topic, and it helps build emotional associations with the topic learned. It can also make can help make learning more memorable and more effective for our students. And of course, we all know that learning or studying is not only about studying the target subject, so that is the English language in our case, but that's also about developing other skills which can be suitable and which can be useful for our students. Of course, we can help our students develop soft skills during our lessons if we use some online tools for that. So for example, a lot of online tools can help our students develop their time management skills if they get a particular time limit to complete a task, or if, for example, they play an online game which requires them to give the answers faster than their opponent. Also, a lot of online tools can help us, help our students develop creativity if they need to see the connections between some things, or they need to create a project or make up a story, etc. What else? Problem-solving skills, if they need to complete some online quests, or if they have some escape games, which we will discuss today, by the way. Which requires them to make decisions or to cooperate to solve a particular problem or a particular task. And it's all rather obvious. So if we're speaking about benefits for students, but also there are numerous benefits for teachers as well. And one of them is automatized feedback or instant feedback. A lot of online tools help us see the results of our students instantly, see their answers instantly. And a lot of online tools also allow us to see the checked answers of our students. So we don't have to check the answers, the task themselves, but the platform does it for us. Also, a lot of platforms allow us to save, to see the statistics, see all answers of our students and save them so that we can see the progress of our students. So when they are learning a particular topic, so we can see how successful they were playing a game on this topic at the beginning of it, and when we finish learning a particular language structure, for example. Also, using online tools can help us as teachers to save some time. And it might sound as a nonsense because, okay, if we use some online tools to create additional games or create additional worksheets for our students, it requires more time. But at the same time, yeah, so the more tools we know and the more experience we have using them, the easier it will be for us to use them in the future, and the easier it will be for us to know how exactly we can adjust any task, like basically any task, any format for online learning, or how we can make our offline lessons more interesting easily. Of course, online tools can help with classroom management as well. So there are numerous online tools which can help with motivation, or which will help address some discipline issues in our classroom, or organize the work in the classroom. So we will discuss a couple of them today, but there are a lot of other websites which can be useful as well. Okay, and let's start with classroom management tools. So we will discuss just two of them with you, but if you know more, you can also share your ideas in the chat. And probably I will even comment on some of them if I know this tool, if I have experience using it. So please don't hesitate and share your ideas in the chat. And the first tool, classroom management tool, which I want to tell you about today, that's Bouncy Balls. It's a wonderful website, so you can see some screenshots on the screen. And this website, this tool, helps to control the noise level in the classroom. So you can see that there are some balls on the screen, so when you start, so when you click begin bouncing, these balls will go up from the bottom to the top of the screen if students are noisy. So the higher the noise level is in the classroom, the higher the balls will be. If the noise level is too high in the classroom, then you will also see you will see some words on the screen. It will basically say that it's too noisy in the classroom, and there will also be a sound to indicate that. This website is very simple to use. So you just follow the link, you just open the website, and you just click begin bouncing. So no registration is needed. You don't need to log in. It's absolutely free. So it's I don't know, it's the easiest, the simplest website to use in the lessons. So the benefits of this website is that it's very simple to use. It's visually attractive, and it really helps attract students' attention, get your students' attention. And you can also adjust sensitivity of the microphone. Also you can adjust some other settings to make it more suitable for a particular group of students. I'm not sure it's a suitable tool for individual classes, but probably, yeah, it can be used for individual classes as well. So you can see what it looks like. You just click begin bouncing, and that's it. So you need to enable the microphone, and that's it. So if it's noisy, you can see that there is a signal and the balls are moving. So you can also control the sensitivity of the microphone, and you can choose different design for balls. So they can be numbers, bubbles, eyeballs. You can also choose the sound which you want to have to indicate that that's too noisy in the classroom. So usually students love this tool. It's very fun for them. And you can also have some challenges with your students. Like, for example, if usually the noise level is at somewhere here, the balls are somewhere here during the lesson with a particular group, then you can agree with your students that, okay, so we will try to keep the balls no higher than here. Yeah, and we will all get a reward, for example. So you can agree with your students on what it can be. So that's a wonderful tool, which I have seen a lot of teachers use in the classroom, and both students and teachers usually enjoy it. And once again, so that's very simple to use. So let's go on and let's have a look at one more classroom management tool, which is called Classroom Zen. Actually, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of this website correctly. So if I mispronounce it, please excuse me. So you can correct me in the comments if you know how to pronounce it correctly. And this website is a bit similar to the previous one, but it offers more variety. So there are more formats which you can use. The idea is that, so with the help of this website, of this platform, you can control the noise level in your classroom. It can also help improve students' concentration and reduce stress level in the classroom. I will show you how exactly it can do like each of these things. Again, so how to use it? It's very simple. You just go to the website. No registration is required. It's absolutely free. So you choose the mode you need, and that's it. And you start using it. So it's very simple to use. Again, so the interface is very beautiful. So visually, again, this website is really attractive for the students. Also, there is one more great thing. So for this noise meter, so I will show you how it works. Yeah, so you can see, like when I go to the website, there are 4 sections here. So the first one is noise management. You can choose the design which you like. I prefer this one. And so when it's noisy, when your students are talking, this, I don't know, creature, this dragon probably will ask your students to be quiet because it wants to relax. And now you can see what happens when I'm quiet. I will just keep quiet for some seconds to demonstrate you. Okay, so, and when I'm quiet, this dragon is relaxing. And also there is a stopwatch which automatically starts when there is no noise in the classroom. So it's also nice to have some challenges with your students. So for example, you can set some new records. You can tell your students that, okay, last time you were quiet for 8 minutes. Let's see whether you can break your record today. Maybe we can be quiet for 10 minutes today. It's really suitable if you have tests, for example, or if you want your students to work independently without disturbing others. So for example, instead of asking a question during a particular task or a test, they can type, to keep it quiet, to make it possible for other students to concentrate. Or if you work offline, so for example, instead of saying something out loud, they can, like a student can come up to you, and ask quietly. And also you can regulate the sensitivity of the microphone, which depends on the sensitivity, depends on how far your students are from your device and how sensitive the microphone on your device is. So you can experiment with that and you will see which works better. So what else is here? There are also some breathing exercises which can be used at the beginning of a lesson, for example. And it can help your students relax or feel less stressed in the classroom. It's very intuitive, so you will understand what to do. You just start and it will actually give you the guidance and all instructions. So your students, I'm sure your students will understand how to follow those instructions. And also there is a wonderful section which is called brain breaks. Here you can find some tasks which are very suitable for warmers. It's a great way to start a lesson. So there is a true-false game. Okay, we can start. And you will see a fact. So the students will see a fact on the top, and the task is to guess whether it's true or false, and the students will vote for the option which they choose by uploading, for example. So you can see that it measures the sound level. So the students can say something, so they can even shout to vote for the option which they choose, or they can upload. They can make other sounds, but according to how loud they are, so this percentage will be calculated, like how many students vote using their voice or uploading or using other sounds, for a particular option. And then you can click start again and again, so another fact will appear. And there is also a very similar game, Would You Rather? It's like the same, so the idea is the same, but here there are like some interesting options to choose from. So the students will need to choose, would you rather, for example, be more intelligent, the most intelligent kid in school, or be the most popular kid in school? And again, they can vote using like some sounds. So now I'm talking, and you can see that it's calculating that I vote for that option. And what else is here? Also, your students can practice their typing skills, there are some positive affirmations. So for example, okay, so let's choose affirmations, and the students will need to type what they can see on the screen. It helps with the concentration, and it helps your students to improve their typing skills in English and spelling as well. Okay, so that's basically it. And you can see that you don't have to register. It's free. You just open this website, you just follow the link, and that's it. So it's ready to use. Okay, so let's go on. And let's talk about games. So I know that usually like most teachers and all students love games. And most teachers already know and use Kahoot, Quizlet, quizzes, word wall. So today we will talk about probably less popular, less common resources, which, like in my opinion, are very useful and are very universal. So meaning that they can be used for basically any lesson, any topic, any age of the students. And we will start with Genially. Again, so if you want to share more websites or more platforms to create and use online games for the lessons, you can share your ideas in the chat. And today, so the first tool, tool which will help you to create online games and interactive worksheets, which I want to talk about, is Genially. It's one of my favorite tools because it's very beautiful, it's very simple to use. It helps teachers create interactive online games and worksheets in different formats. So there are a lot of formats to choose from on the website. I will show you some examples a bit later. So on this website, you will need to register, but it can be used for free. So there is a premium version which will enable you to use more options, more formats, but it can also be used for free. I use Genially for free, and that's enough for me, so for my needs. Then, after you register, you need to choose the format which you want. There are a lot of different formats. I'll show you. You just create a task. So you can create an interactive task, a worksheet, a game, or a presentation. Then, if you want your students to play it or to do a task, you just share the link with your students, and that's it. So when they open this link, they don't need to register, they don't need to log in, they will just play the game. So that's it. So what your students need to do is just to open the link which they get. That's it. You can also find, edit, and use ready-made tasks and games. So you can create the games yourself, or you can find some ready-made games on the website. So the benefits are numerous. I've got just 3 of them on the slide, but there are more. For me, the benefits of Genially are various formats which are available. So there are so many options to choose from, so many games to create. It's very simple for the students to use, again, because they don't need to log in. And it's very simple to edit games or tasks. So you can choose some ready-made games, which you can find on the website, but you can edit them and you can adjust them to make them suitable for your students. So let's have a look. Okay, so first of all, I will show you just a couple of games which I have created. So this tool can be used to create games like tic-tac-toe. I very often use Genially to create tic-tac-toe games. Okay, so let's wait for some seconds for it to open. So while it's opening, I'll just show you some other possible formats. So you can create tic-tac-toe games. You can create board games for the students, and they will get everything there. So they will see some tokens which they can move. They will see the dice. So everything is integrated in this game. So what else is here? Battleship games are wonderful on Genially. So you can see an example on this slide. Yeah, so that is a battleship game which I created myself on Genially. And the idea is that, to guess where the opponent's ship is, the students need to make a sentence. So, for example, they want to ask their partners whether they have a ship right here. So they can make a sentence with Marge and do the laundry. So they can, the sentence can be, for example, Marge does the laundry every day, if you want your students to practice present simple. And if the partner has a ship here, he or she will say yes, hit or no miss. And they can use the marker and mark it all here. Okay, so you can see now the tic-tac-toe game. Yeah, so that's basically what students will. So to play this game, the students will need to decide who has which symbol. Yeah, and so you can give instructions depending on what you want your students to do. For example, here I've got the flashcards from the unit, which we are learning. So to put a symbol on a particular square, the student will need to explain this word to the partner, or will need to make a sentence with a partner. Yeah, and okay, so I'm sure you know how to play tic-tac-toe. Also, there is it's possible to create a hangman game, a double game. I've never tried that, but I'm sure it works. And also you can create some quizzes. So you can go to this section, you can click create Genially, and you can choose the format of the task you want. For example, if you want a presentation, you go here, or if you want to create a game, you open this section, which is called gamification, and you will see some options. You can create a quiz. There are a lot of formats for quizzes. Then also you will see some other games, like some escape games, some board games. So you can just, I can't stop on all of them. But you will be able to explore the website yourself and see what you can do here, how you can use it. What I want to show you is something that I have discovered for myself recently, and that's something that I absolutely love. So these are escape games on Genially. You can create escape games like that. So that's an example. When you get the materials which Ina told you about, you will get links to all these websites, and you will get links to some examples, to some tasks which I have created or which I have found to show you. So look through the materials and click like open the links which you will get there. Yeah, and the students will need to complete some tasks to get out of this house, and the tasks can be in different formats. So it's really fun. It's a wonderful format for revision lessons. So I really love it, and students are very excited to complete those tasks, to get out of this haunted house, or there are different stories there. You can also ask your students to work in teams, to cooperate, yeah, I'm sure your students will not forget that lesson when you use it for the first time. Okay, and let's go to one more. I really love Jeopardy games. If you don't know what a Jeopardy game is, you can see an example on the screen. So that is a game where there are different sections, different topics for the questions, and there are questions or tasks or different level of difficulty. So on the slide, you can see that this game consists of 5 sections, like 5 topics: tenses, future tense, past tense, present tense, and all the tenses. And there are different tasks in each section. So the task for 100 points is the easiest one in this section. For 500 points is the most difficult one. Your students work in teams, and they can work individually or they can work in teams. You can decide. And they choose the section which they want and the level of difficulty of the task they want to get. So, for example, they can choose future tenses 500. You will click here, and your students will see the task which they need to complete. If they complete it correctly, you can add points for them. If they, for example, don't follow the rules, or they cheat, or they are too noisy, you can also minus some points. Yeah, here you can see an example of a task. It can be any task, so any format. So this wonderful website, which is called Jeopardy Labs, allows us to create such games for free. So you can create your games, or you can find some ready-made games, games which were created by other teachers on the website. Okay, so I've already told that this website is for interactive online quizzes. So you can create Jeopardy games with this website. So it's very simple to use this website. You don't need to register. You just go to the website, and you have just 2 options there. So you can either create your own game, or you can find games created by other teachers, and you can use them. The benefits is that, again, this tool, so I think the tools which I'll talk about today are very simple to use during the lessons. It's very simple to create a game, and it's great for revision lessons also. And also, to play this game, your students don't need to join it. So they don't need to follow any links. They don't need to open any websites. You just need one screen, one device. That is your device, where you will start the game. And that's it. So your students will just tell you which question they want to get, and you will open it. And you will keep the track of their points, again, on the same screen. So nothing is needed to play this game. So you can see that, again, so you can either create your game, or you can find a game. If you choose to create the game, you can also create a password so that you will be able to edit this game in the future. Or you can just find a game. So for example, let it be Harry Potter. And you can see some games which were created by other teachers on the stated topic. So if you like a game, you can just edit, or you can play this game. Okay. And let's move on. Again, if you know more examples of tools, you can share them in the chat. And let's also discuss some online tools or websites which can help us create online worksheets and tasks. So I could see on this board, on the Padlet board, that a lot of teachers use Word wall and live worksheets. So the tools which we will discuss today are a bit similar to them, but for some formats, for some tasks, they can be even more convenient. And let's start with Kami. So it's the easiest and the fastest way to convert any PDF file to an interactive online worksheet. So what you need to do is you need to register on this website. You can use it for free. If you want to create a worksheet, you just need to upload any PDF file to the website, and that's it. So that's all you need. So after you upload this file, it will automatically become an interactive online worksheet. So your students will be able to edit it. So they will be able to type their answers, or they will be able to draw, highlight something. So they can complete this task online. Then you need to share the link with your students, and they will be able to edit this document and complete all tasks on your worksheet. So the benefits are this website is very simple to use, and it helps you create online worksheets very quickly. And there are various editing tools which your students can use to complete a task. So let's have a look. Okay, so I need to log in. And so here you can see some worksheets which I have already created. If I want to create a worksheet, so I just need to open a file. So for example, let me open a file on my computer. I want a PDF file, and let it be Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't have any files which I can show you as an example for today. But I will show you just some games which I have already created. So basically, you just upload a file, and that's it. And you will see what I will show you next. Okay, so the file is uploaded, and now you can edit it. So for example, you want your students to write the words or to type the words, things which they can see, so they can do it. Or you want them to match the word, the picture with the word, so they can draw and match them up like that. Or you can see one more example. Okay, so that's just a PDF file which I have uploaded to the website. And in the first task, the students will need to watch the video, and they will need to number the items of clothes which they can see here. Okay, so to complete the task, they can type here. Yeah, so for example, address is number 2. Okay, so that's it. Or they can draw. Okay, a short is number 3. So that's it. So they can complete any tasks online. Then if you want to share this worksheet with your students, you just click share document. And you need to choose the settings which you need. So for example, if you want your students to work individually, so it's very important to choose this mode, create an individual copy for the students. So it means that only Like this particular student will see his or her own answers. Like other students won't be able to see it. If you want your students to collaborate and work together, then you will need to choose this option editor. And it means that all students will see all changes in the document. So one student will type something, other students will see it. If you choose create individual copy, other students won't see the answers of other students. So if you use a free version, then you won't be able to see the answers of your students. They won't be uploaded to your profile, but you can ask them to take screenshots and send them to you, or you can just discuss the answers all together and check them together with your students, but they will be able to complete any tasks online. Okay, and one more website which I want to tell you about today is TalkEn.Cloud. And on this website, you can also create online worksheets for free. So you can create online worksheets in various formats, and there are a lot of possible options. So you can create matching tasks, or you can create the tasks where your students will need to type their answers. They can also be fill in the gaps task, ordering tasks, unscrambling tasks, a lot of possible options. You can use it for free, so you can create worksheets for free. For that, you will need to register on the website, and you will be able to watch a video tutorial. So you will see how to create different tasks, which formats you can use on the website. So you can create your worksheet and you can share the link with your students. Then your students will be able to complete this task online. And the answers will be checked automatically. So when you are creating this worksheet, you will choose which answers are correct, and then the works of your students will be checked automatically. You won't be able to see their results unless they take a screenshot and send it to you, but your students will be able to see which answers are correct, which answers are wrong. So they will be able to do this task again, for example, to improve their results. And after that, you can discuss the answers all together. So you can check such tasks with the whole group or with an individual student after they complete it. So the benefits are numerous. I like that there are various formats of tasks. The feedback is automatized, like meaning the students will be able to see their results instantly. And I also like that it's possible to integrate worksheets or tasks which were created on other websites to your worksheet. So I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so let's go to the website. You need to log in to your account and you go to the section My Worksheets. Okay, so you can see that I have created 2 worksheets only, so I can see them here. So you will be able to see all worksheets which you create in this section. And there is also guidance. So here you can find instructions. There are videos which will help you figure out, understand which formats are there, which tasks you can create, and there are video instructions. So there is an example of a task and the instruction. When I was creating a worksheet for this webinar, just to show you as an example, this worksheet was created by my colleague, but I just transferred it to this platform. And I had some troubles because I wanted to integrate a Quizlet game to this worksheet, and I've never done that. So I just watched the video and I found the answer to my question very quickly. And it took me just a couple of minutes to figure out how it works. So the guidance is very helpful there. Yeah, and you can see an example of a worksheet. So here the students will need to answer the questions, discuss the questions in pairs, and they can type their answers if they want. Task 2 is a video task, so you can add videos also to this worksheet. And task 3, that's a Quizlet game, so you can see that it's integrated to this worksheet, and that's a matching game. Or there is one more. In this worksheet, the students will need to match the picture with the word. Then after that, they can check their answers. Or task 2, that's fill in the gaps task. So the students will need to fill in the gaps in the sentences with the word which suits the sentence. So if you want to share this worksheet with your students, you just click on this icon. So you copy the link and that's it. You send it to your students and they are able to use it. Okay, and let's go to the last section. And let's discuss some other tools which can be useful for the lessons, for ESL lessons. And I could see some teachers mention this website on the Padlet board at the beginning of this webinar, and that is English. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of this website correctly. And that's a wonderful website which helps to practice pronunciation and improve listening skills of the students. So the students can listen to authentic pronunciations of the words or the phrases which you want them to hear in the context. Again, you don't need to register. You just open the link, you go to the website, and you type any word or phrase you want your students to listen to. Then you will see a lot of videos in which this word or this phrase is used by native speakers. And you can choose the video which you like, so you can just look through them, and you can save the videos which you want to use in the classroom. There are a lot of videos to choose from, and they will be suitable for students who have different level of English. And there are also subtitles, so your students will be able to see what they hear. It really helps improve listening skills. So let's check it out again. So I just opened the website and that's it. So instantly I can use it. You can choose the pronunciation you want your students to listen to. So for example, all, or you can choose only United States or only United Kingdom as you want. And then you type the word or the phrase you want to hear. Okay, let it be, didn't go.
Those were both pro.
Yeah, and you will see some videos in which this phrase is used. Or you can go to the next one
So that
if you don't like this video. Basically you can just go next until you choose the video which suits the level of your students and the context of the lesson. And also there are the subtitles given, and the phrase which you were looking for is highlighted. You can regulate speed, so it can be faster or slower, depending on, again, what you need. So that's very simple to use, and it's very useful that here, like, you can choose the pronunciation which you want your students to hear and to practice. Oh, one more very useful website is LangGeek. Again, I'm not sure about the pronunciation of the name of this website. It can be used to improve your students' vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Actually, there are 3 sections on the website. That's pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. You can see it on this screenshot. You need to register on this website, and you choose which aspect you want to work on. Then you choose the topic which you need, and you will see an article. For example, if it's grammar, you will see an article with some grammar tables, grammar examples, which you can use during the lessons to clarify a particular grammar topic. If you choose vocabulary, you will be able to see some word lists on different topics, which will be suitable for students with different levels of English. You can also create some flashcards, or you can use the flashcards from the website in your lesson, like flashcard sets. If you use a free version, you won't be able to create your own flashcards, but you can create your own flashcard sets using the flashcards which you can find on the website. So there are a lot of topics, and most likely you will find the topic which you need on this website. So speaking about grammar and vocabulary topics, it's easy to learn new words if you use the flashcards. And it's suitable for different levels of English, and the level of English for which this or that material is suitable is indicated. So you will see it. Okay, so for example, let's choose grammar. Tenses. And I want a beginner worksheet. So I just choose beginner. And there are some topics which are suggested, so which are suitable for this topic. Or for example, present simple, so there is an article for beginner students on this topic, or for intermediate students, and also for advanced students. So let's open it. Yeah, and there are some grammar rules, some examples, grammar charts, spelling rules, so a lot of things, even illustrations, which you can use in your classroom with your students, or you can send the link to this article to your students and they can look it through, check it out before the lesson, for example, or before a test, if you want them to revise a particular topic. And one more. So this is the website which I absolutely love and use more, like not with my students, but just for myself, for pleasure, to find out more about art and culture. But it can definitely be used in the lessons. And so this is a very beautiful platform. So it is called Google Arts and Culture. And it's used for discovering art and culture during the lessons, or just like for yourself, for pleasure. So you need to go to the website and that's it. So you will see a lot of things you can choose from. So for example, you can explore artworks of different epochs, or you can virtually attend some museums. You can play art games, so games related to art in English. You can read some articles about art on this website. So, and the choice is really big. You can also see some high-resolution images of artworks, and you can find text descriptions of artworks or art currents, epochs, etc. So such tasks, such texts can be also used as reading tasks, for example. So let's have a look. Okay, so if you want to virtually attend a museum during a lesson, so you can pick one which you like here, or you want to find something about England. Yeah, because that's the topic of the lesson. So you can see, you can find some street views, you can find information about some museums or some artworks. So I can see a comment that it's amazing. It is. And you can see that there are like so many pictures and you can see them in very so high resolution. And also there is a text, like some details about this painting. Again, so this text can be adjusted, so you can create a reading task, for example. Or there are also some links, which you can open to find out more information. You can share this link with the students. There are actually a lot of options, or you can find some games also. Like here, so you can play with words. There are wonderful games which I really like from time to time when I'm tired, I just go to the website and play some games about art. So that's really interesting and exciting. So you can use this website for topics related to art, for example, or just you can recommend it for your students, for them to check it out when they have some free time to improve their skills, to read something and find out more information of artists or art pieces which they like, which are interesting for them. Okay, so actually, these are all websites which I wanted to discuss with you today. Okay. Yeah, so I can see some comments in the chat, so thank you so much. And now, I want to finish with one more question to you. And I want you to share in the chat which online tools would you like to try next week? So I mean something new, something that you haven't tried yet. So maybe you liked some of the websites which I talked about. Maybe you found out something new for yourself on this Padlet board. So please share with us, share in the comments which websites you want to use with your students in your lessons next week. Okay, so let's try to sum up. And I will look through some, I could see some questions in the chat. So now I will try to find them and answer. Okay, so I can see the question, is Kami free? It can be used for free. Yeah, but again, so you won't be able to see the answers of your students. So they will be able to complete the tasks, but you won't see their result. So you can send the link, your students will complete this task, but after that, you can either ask them to send a screenshot to you so that you can see their answers, or you can just check the answers all together in open class. Okay. So there were some comments that you need the list of these websites. You will get it. So you will get all links to all these websites, the list of the websites, the screenshots in the materials. Yeah, Ina told you about the materials, which you will get tomorrow. So there will be an article, and in this article, you will find the list of all websites which I talked about today, which I showed you, and you will find the links to those websites and the examples of tasks. So, for example, this worksheet about castles will also be included like in the materials, so you will be able to see that. Okay, so let me have a look at your comments. Okay, so a lot of teachers liked bouncy balls. Kami, genially. Okay. Google Art. Wonderful. Okay, so thank you so much. Thanks a lot. So I'm happy because in the comments, I can see like basically all websites which I talked about today. So it means that, a lot of participants managed to find something suitable, something useful for themselves. And thank you so much for your active participation today. There are so many comments, so many answers in the chat. So thank you for staying with me till the end of this webinar. I wish you to have a wonderful evening today. So have a nice week, productive lessons with your students, and enjoy what you are doing. So thank you so much.